Hi everyone, this is Brad Gilman, and this is part two of goal setting. In part one, we talked about what is goal setting, etc., and all kinds of, and why, and how, and who, and where, and all those things about goal setting. So if you haven't watched part one, I'm going to encourage you to go back and watch part one on goal setting, okay? But this is part two on goal setting, and I'm actually going to give you we're going to do a recap here of part one, and then I'm going to give you a very realistic, in-depth, hands-on version of setting a goal, okay? So just to recap, part one of goal setting, we talked that goal setting is important in life to help us become more successful. We also said that goal setting helps us achieve things we normally could not succeed in. We also talked that goal setting is important. In goal setting is important to write down our goals. Very important to write down our goals. And then we talked about it's important to have someone help hold us accountable to our goals. And we talked about if you need help, asking someone for assistance. So asking someone who's written goals to sit down with you and say, hey, show me how to write those goals, okay? And we talked also about that your goals need to be attainable, yet they need to stretch you, but they still need to be attainable. And we also talked about celebrating your achievements. So celebrating your goals along the way. As you hit your goals, you celebrate along the way, okay? All right, so that's the end of part one and the recap of part one. And now we're going to talk about part two about goal setting. And I'm going to give you a very practical way to go about setting your goals. And we're just going to use me for an example. And we're going to use one of my current goals, which started on October 2nd. And that current goal on October 2nd started, and the goal is to lose 30 pounds by December 25th, okay? So let me tell you about how this happened. I woke up about a month ago and I said, my weight is up and I'm not happy with it. I was up around 310 pounds. And then needless to say, I went on vacation and my weight got up to 315 pounds, okay? So I had already understand that sometimes when we set a goal, we need to be realistic about when we're going to start working toward this goal. So I wasn't going to work on it before vacation, okay? That would be counterproductive, but I wanted to work on it after vacation. And so I set up the appointment to go to my doctor. Some of you know I had the lap band surgery, and part of me losing weight is to get my lap band tightened up, okay? So I went to my doctor. I set a time on October 2nd. And then I went ahead and did is I put a goal in place for 30 pounds by December 25th. Okay, that's 12 weeks. And if you break down 30 pounds into 12 weeks, that's 2.5 pounds a week. Now, for me, not for everybody, but for me, that's an aggressive goal. It's an attainable goal, but it's a stretch goal also, okay? So my goal is to go from 315 pounds, which I was on Monday, to 285 pounds. And today happens to be Thursday, okay? So today happens to be Thursday, October 5th, just so everybody knows. It doesn't matter when you see this. But my goal by Christmas is to be down to 285 pounds. Now, I might reach that before that, but I did put a plan in place to reach it by Christmas, okay? I know for me, when I'm at 285 pounds or 275 pounds, even lower, I'm much more comfortable. I feel better. I have more energy. My body doesn't hurt as bad. Hence, I can go do the things that God has called me to do in the kingdom, okay? All right. So that's what my goal is, all right? Now, how do I get to my goal? I get to my goal with tools, okay? And I want to talk to you today about what is a tool in reaching your goal. So for me to get weight off, one of the tools is exercise. Now, if you watch the introduction video, you know I absolutely hate exercise. I hate the gym. If I could have my way, I would sit on the couch all day, okay? And the studies today show that sitting is the new smoking. So smoking takes years off your life. Sitting takes years off your life, okay? Being inactive takes years off your life. So one of these tools to help me lose weight is exercise. Well, if I want to lose 2.5 pounds a week, exercise is 100% necessary for me to achieve that goal. And what does that look like? That looks like me working out at least 3 times a week, at least, and for 30 minutes minimum at a time, okay? So I've actually set up a chart for myself. Every week my check-in for weight and working out is on Monday. That means my week is from Monday to Sunday when it comes to that, okay? And so by every Monday I need to have worked out 3 times in the previous 7 days, okay? And so that's the exercise frequency goal. And then on my chart, I'm going to go ahead and put an actual next to it each week. So how many times did I actually work out? Now, if I didn't reach my goal that week, then I need to go back and figure out why, okay? So, one of my tools for losing weight is exercise. My other tool for losing weight is managing calories per day. Now, I know for me, I need to be at about 1,200 calories per day, for me, if I'm working out 3 times a week, to lose 2.5 pounds a week, all right? So I know that that's how that works for me. Everybody's different. You need to figure that out for yourself or consult your physician, etc. But for me, I know that I need to stick to 1,200 calories a day. Now, some of you are going, oh my God, that's really low. Yes, that is low, but that's what my body needs to get me down to the right weight, okay? And I can be healthy and feel comfortable at 1,200 calories a day. Now, there are some days I'm not going to achieve that. There are some days I'm going to do 1,500 calories a day. But I need to be intentional and put that as part of my chart is, how many calories did I eat each day? Now, here's my least favorite part about losing weight, but the great tool for it. There is a calorie counter app out there called MyFitnessPal, okay? And there's many others out there. Now, if I can not measure this on my own and I'm having trouble and I'm seeing my weight go up, I may have to pull out that other tool, which is the calorie counter app, which I hate so much, okay? I despise the calorie counter app. You'll see me get angry here, okay? I don't like putting in after each meal, putting this and that. But if I can't keep it up here and keep to my 1,200 a day, then I'm going to need to use that for assistance, okay? And so that's another tool. Now, another tool for losing weight for me and exercising for me is an accountability person. And so my accountability person happens to be Omar. And Omar will ask me every week, how many times did you work out last week? And I'll tell him. And he's going to say, how you doing with your food? How you doing with your calories per day? And I will tell him the answer to that, okay? But all of these are tools in helping us get where we need to go. Now, healthy eating is part of it as well, meaning that I don't want to eat 1,200 calories of chocolate a day, okay? Now, I might think up here that I do, but that's not going to help me get where I want to go, okay? Calories in versus calories out, that's always, what they tell you to use. Listen, there's all kinds of different schools of thought. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you what works for me, okay? But I also need to watch where my calories are coming from. Is it carbs and fat and everything and sugar? Or is it actually protein and fruits and vegetables and healthy things that I'm getting my calories from, okay? So very important that I understand the calorie portion of this and how the calories work for me. Now, every Monday I'm going to get on the scale. Once a week, okay? That's it. That's it. I've been trying to lose weight for years, okay? I'm going to tell you, getting on the scale every day discourages you because your body holds water, this and that, etc. So I know Monday morning I'm going to get on the scale when I get up. So what does that mean? It means I don't eat a trashy, heavy, carb and fat-filled meal on Sunday night, okay? So actually get a real accurate picture of what my weight is on Monday morning. So I get up on Monday morning and I weigh and I put it on my chart. Now, if you saw my chart, and I'm going to do this for a second. I'm going to actually show you what my chart looks like, okay? And we're going to do this like this, and you're going to be able to probably not see really good on the computer. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'd rather do something different for you, okay? If you want to see my chart, if you want a copy of it, if you want to have my chart, just email me, okay? It's Brad at HOF, so Hearts of Fire, HOF, ministry.org. So Brad at hofministry.org. I will send you my chart. I will send you what all of this looks like, and you can amend it and make your own charts, etc. But every Monday I'm going to log my weight in the chart, and I have a goal column, and then I have an actual column, so I get to actually see how I did that week in my goal, okay? Then for my exercise, I have a goal column and an actual column, so I get to see how I did that week on my exercise as well. And so this is all important because if I'm trying to achieve a goal, I have to be able to track it along the way, okay? I have to be able to track my goal along the way and to measure it along the way. And maybe if I have a bad week, then I need to make some adjustments to get back on track so I can still achieve the bigger goal. Too often with our goals, we go off track, okay? We go off the road, we go down a dirt path, okay? And then we never get back on track. And for me, that's been the last 6 months, 7 months of my life with my eating and my exercises. I went off track, probably around June, and I've never gotten back on track. So now I have to have something to help me get back on track. Now, I know some of you are going to yourself, well, what happens December 25th when he hits his goal? Because that's right. I've written it down. I focused on it. I got the accountability person in place. I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to count calories. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to do everything I need to do, and I'm going to reach my goal, okay? So what happens when I reach my goal? Well, guess what? I set another goal. Maybe that goal is to maintain that weight for the next 6 months. And if it is a goal to maintain it for the next 6 months, then I will come up with a plan of action, okay, how to maintain it. But if I need to set an additional goal, meaning, you know what, 285 is a great goal, I feel really well, but you know what, Brad, it's time to go to 275 over the next month and a half, 2 months. Now I'm going to go start the whole process over again, okay? So, what is the process? Come up with your goal, part 1. Determine what your goal is. 2, break down your goal. Days, weeks, months, okay? Break it down, okay? Part 3, make it attainable, but make it a stretch. Part 4, measure your goal. And then what's the most important part about all of this? Celebrate your goals as you reach them, okay? Celebrate your goal setting. It's the most important part of this whole process, okay? I will tell you that the reason people don't reach their goals is because they never celebrate the small ones along the way. It is so important to celebrate the small goals along the way. So, I thank you for tuning in to part 2 of goal setting. There might be some more parts down the road, but I wanted to start you off with part 1 and part 2. And I want to thank you for tuning in. And again, if you want any of my notes from part 1 or you want any of my charts from part 2 that I wasn't able to show you, I'm more than willing to email them to you and send them to you, okay? My email address, again, is brad@hofministry.org. Again, Brad@HOF, like Hearts of Fire, so Brad@hofministry.org. I thank you for tuning in today. God bless you, and look forward to coming back to you soon with some more information on goal setting.